wanted to just do a quick little get ready with me, and I'm going to be doing like a cranberry sparkly smoky eye thing, eye makeup. Also, in regards to my previous video where I said this camera puts like a really hardcore softening effect on my skin when I'm like far away from the camera, I did a bunch of research on it and apparently you can't turn it off, which makes me want to die. But what are you gonna do? I guess I'm just gonna have to look like a mannequin until I get a new lens, new camera. But that would be a while from now. But it's not that bad once you're like really close up to the eye, because the eye shows details perfectly. So it's not a big deal, but it's just like really weird from far away. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started then. So for the first step, I'm using my NYX Mineral Stick Foundation in the color Medium Beige, and I'm just kind of applying it all over my face and then blending it out with a brush, and this brush is from Tarte. So I'm just using the brush side and just blending it everywhere, not worrying too much about spots or any of that stuff because I will be coming in with concealer after. Then for the next step, I am obviously using no other than the Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer, because let's be serious, this shit is gold and I'm obsessed with it and that's all I use. So I'm just using a little brush, and this one is by Makeup Addiction, and I'm just applying concealer everywhere I feel I need and looking good. So I'm just blending it out after with a Luxie brush, which is pretty much just like a little kind of flat top brush, but you can literally use anything. You can even use your fingers if you want, do your thing. But I'm just blending away until everything is nice and blended. And of course, don't forget to blend out your under eye concealer, being quite gentle because that area is quite thin and very sensitive. And next, I'm going to be doing some cream contouring, which is quite a new thing for me. I just recently started getting into it, but I'm kind of addicted and I can't stop, won't stop. So for this, I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Kit in the shade Medium. I prefer the medium color kit, even though I am quite light in complexion. The medium kit I feel offers some really good kind of medium tones as opposed to the light one, which has really light tones and then also very dark ones. But the medium one kind of has a mix of both, so I do prefer it. So I'm just applying my highlight everywhere that I would need it, which is under my eyes, on my nose, pretty much anywhere that you want to highlight. And the reason that I apply highlight under my cheekbones as well is so it is a little bit easier to blend out the dark tone, because it's really hard to blend it out when there's nothing else there besides the dark color. Then you of course want to take a sponge, and I do prefer using a sponge for cream contour. I have tried to do it with a brush before, and I just find that the sponge just gives you a better blend when working with kind of cream concealers or cream kits like this one, but you could use a brush. I mean, if you get a hang of it, good for you, girl. I could not do it. I really did try. Also, the skin softening effect on this camera is going insane right now. Can we just talk about that? And after, you obviously want to set your cream contour so it doesn't kind of smudge all over and lasts you through the day. And for that, I'm using the banana shade from Anastasia Beverly Hills regular contour kit. It's just the powder one. So I'm just setting my highlight, and then after, I am also applying Mary Luminizer by The Balm as my highlight shade on all the points that I just applied the cream highlight. So for the next step, homegirl is gonna fill in her brows and make them as fleeked as possible, for which I am using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Medium Brown. And basically just keep shading your brows until your desired fleekiness is achieved. For this, I'm using the Tarte Angled Brush, which comes with a spoolie on the end, so I really like that. And now for the exciting part, I am starting off my eyes with an eyeshadow called Labyrinth by ABH, and I'm not sure if this one is released yet or if it's being released on May 25th, but this is the shadow. It's pretty much just a cranberry kind of eyeshadow, so you can use anything that is of this color. And I'm just applying it mainly in my crease and on the sides of my eye. I'm trying not to get too much into the middle of the eye because that's where the gold is gonna go, but I mean, obviously I'm not doing a good job because I'm getting it everywhere. And after that, I'm taking my Sigma Smokescreen palette and I'm taking a red kind of brick shade, and it looks a little bit deeper on camera than it is in life, but it's pretty much just a very dark reddish brown. And I'm just kind of deepening the crease and applying more on the outer corner. And I'm also applying some under my eye with a little brush by Tarte as well. And next, using the same palette, I'm just taking this gold shade, and the brush is also damp so the color shows up a little bit better, and I'm just kind of focusing it on the middle of my lid where I didn't apply the darker colors, and that kind of is going to add your 3D dimension kind of feeling to your look, if that made any sense at all. So you just want to do that, and then also apply the same gold shade under, and then now for the most exciting part of my whole day probably, I am applying some glitter adhesive and applying glitter on top. And the glitter is called Holy Grail by Violet Voss Cosmetics, and the adhesive is also by them. So glitter is a little bit tricky, so you do want to take your time on it. You can keep reapplying it and then blending it out and then reapplying it and etc. until you get your desired glitterness, you feel? And then just move on to your liner after. It's that easy. For my eyeliner, I kind of want it to be a little smoke show, so I'm taking this black kohl liner by Pacifica Beauty and then using a brush, just blending the wing out. And this does require a little bit of patience because the eyeliner does not blend out how you want it to in the beginning. Or maybe you're a pro, in which case it does, but mine definitely doesn't. So I just keep blending it out with the brush and then adding more color and then blending it out more and then adding more color until I like that liner. And also, if the liner is not as sharp as you want it to be, which we all know we want our eyeliner on fleek, sharp enough to kill it, but if it's not super sharp, you can take some concealer and then sharpen it. And I'm also using a little eyeliner brush to kind of smoke it out and blend it out, and also applying it on the bottom and doing the same thing. After that, you can jump to your mascara. I'm using some Pacifica Beauty mascara and applying it top and bottom lashes. And there you go, got some mascara on my eyelid. Now, after you wipe that off, you can pop your lashes on. I am using these amazing lashes that I've been obsessed with, and they're by the Dark Swan of Denmark, which is a pretty new brand, and they're called Allure, and they're so pretty. And I just applied some mascara on top of them, and that's basically it for your eyes. For my lips, I am obviously going to be taking my Boldly Bare by MAC, which is, let's be serious, what else do I even use? That's pretty much it. And overlining my lips very gently and very concentrated, clearly. And then I'm applying Dose of Color lipstick in the shade Poise, and that is all today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!